exercise sucks. I hate it. Like, honestly, I hate exercising. I always have, I always will. However, so Gary Wilson, the Pilates instructor, we have done a video with him. He showed me the 7-minute Pilates routine. And when you think about it, 7 minutes, you think 7 minutes, that's not long. And he did talk about the routine to me, and he said he's honed down his routine so that every single move targets specific muscles in your body and does something to strengthen, tone, and also heal. Like, he actually talks about it as being a transformative routine. He talks about it as being a body tonic for himself. So I have been doing his routine. So I'm going to show you my version of the 7-minute Pilates routine. So the first one I think is one of the hardest ones. It's where you lie down on your stomach, and this one's really good for your shoulders, and it's so good for your back muscles. Like, the physio gave me an exercise where you pull something towards you to strengthen these muscles. Don't need to do that. This will fix it. And also your glutes. So the way he's designed his moves, you're hitting so much in one power move. That's what I genuinely love about this routine. So the first one, you lie down on your stomach, and I start kicking first. So this is, and then you can actually feel your butt, and my butt is rock hard now. Like, it is, like, you can really feel these muscles going. You can feel these muscles going. Like, it's so great. And then you get your arms into it, and this is great for your shoulders. So you look down at the mat, and you breathe in as you do this. So I usually do about 35 of these. So you go in like this. And I love this one because you can really feel it working your shoulders. You can feel like, oh, if I'm ever discouraged, I'll just put my hands here and feel these muscles. Like, they're really rock hard now. So I won't do the full 35, but that's basically the first move. And then it is such a fucking relief when you roll over and you think, one's done. So the next one, I absolutely hate this one. This has been really good for my knees though. Like, I do take salmon oil as well for joint pain, but I suffered so much joint pain. Oh, and when you do these exercises, try and activate your core. And I've never had this advice either. The Pilates instructor said to activate your core, imagine that you're pulling your hip in together. And I've never heard that advice, and that actually really works. So just imagine you're pulling your hip bones in together. So activate your core, put your hands out like this, and then just go down. I usually try and do 20 of these. And then I tilt my pelvis up like this, and then you go up. So look, these are all familiar. I mean, people will be familiar with these exercises, but the combination of these, they've just been a game changer for me. See, I'm tilting my pelvis forward, like that's the hard bit, and then these muscles really start to ache. And also in between I have to remember to bring my knees in because they often slide out. And when that one's over, I usually do 20. So I don't know if mine exactly takes 7 minutes, but I usually do 20 of those. And when that's done, it's like, thank Christ, that's over. And then the next one I do is this one. So this is vital for, this is, oh, my abs are so hard now. I mean, it still looks a bit sloppy, and it's always going to look a bit sloppy. I've had 2 kids. But underneath here, underneath the fat, it's really hard, to be honest. My abs have really strengthened, and lifting Spencer is easier. And core strength is so important for your back health. So this one, this is a little bit different to Gary's. Gary brings his legs down like this. So I find that maybe does tax my lower back a little bit too much. So my version of it is still hitting these core muscles, but my version is I lift my head up and it's opposite arm, opposite leg. And I do 35 of these. And I actually really love this one. And in fact, I can put my fingers here, and it's really hard. It really is hard. And then this is such a treat, and this is why I do it in this order. When I've done 35 of these, this is my favourite part actually, and in fact it's become a highlight of my morning. When I've done 35 of these, I go into this stretch and I absolutely love it. So I won't do the full 35, but I do the final one, then I lean back and take a huge sigh of relief and go straight into this stretch, and I love this stretch. So this is the glute stretch. Oh God, like it feels, honestly at this point you're feeling pretty good. Like, and I love this stretch. And you pull your leg in. Obviously the more you pull your leg in, the more it's stretching your glute. But this is like my meditation, honestly. Like in the morning, I just, feels so good. Then you swap sides. It's like after all the effort of those first 3 that really do burn on your muscles, just to lie back and do this stretch, it really does make you feel good. And I usually have a really big deep breath at that point. And I do this routine actually while Spencer's asleep. So at the moment we're in a routine where I take him for a morning walk. He usually falls asleep in the pram. I jump in the shower, get out of the shower, do this routine, and it's a great start to the day. Although my day has started a few hours before this, but you know what I mean. Like, it's just so good. So after that stretch, you sort of think, oh, that was a nice reprieve. Now for a nasty one. So this one hits your oblique muscles here, and this has been amazing too. Like, I really struggled with this one at first, and in fact when I do this upstairs in my bedroom, in our bedroom, I use the steps, the carpeted steps, as a base sort of, but here I'll just use cushions. Basically it's, you put your legs up like this and you put your feet together. Again, try and bring your butt in, try and activate your core, and then you lift your body up like this. And when you put your hands here, my obliques here are just, they're actually really hard now. And I do 10 of these per side. I mean, I won't do the full one now, but, and then I'll switch to the other side. And you will actually get out of breath. Even though I didn't do 10 on each side there, I am out of breath. Like, these exercises are hard. They're short, but they're hard. So, I've got 2 more, and this is the point of the routine where I'm home and hosed. Like, I know I've done my exercises, and it's just such a good feeling. So this one is just a stretch. So you lie down here. It's stretching this, basically. And for this one, to get a really good stretch, you want to push your butt in again, get your hips aligned, and then just pull. And I find keeping your knee down gives you a better stretch because, you know, when I was a bit haphazard, you know, your just knees up here and you're like all over the place. But if you're a bit more disciplined and you keep your knee down, pull your foot in towards your butt, and you'll get a good stretch. See, I'm already breathing deeper. Like, I'm breathing deeper now because I'm doing these exercises. And that's a great stretch. That's a really good stretch. And that stretches here, I think, the tendons too around your knees too. And this is probably really good for knee health as well. And then the other side, and try and push your butt in. And then the last one. So Gary starts with this one at the beginning, but I'm honestly get the worst out of the way first, and then you can enjoy the best ones and the most relaxing ones. So this one, you lie down. So this is about the hip joint, hip health, and shoulders as well. So put one leg out like this. It's a little bit complicated to learn, but once you've learned it, it's fine. So put your leg in like this and have your heel about middle of your body, so probably about where your belly button is, I think. I mean, not exactly, but somewhere around there. And then just go down into a stretch and put your head down and try and just sort of relax your shoulders as well. And then pull your butt in and try and get your hips, sort of imagine they're together. Yeah, see, I'm genuinely taking deeper breaths for doing this, like I really am. And then you swap legs, obviously. So again, try and get your heel at around the middle of your body here. And this is really spreading out your hips and just keeping you flexible, basically, because as you age, everything starts calcifying. So you need to do something. Like it genuinely feels good. Like you breathe deeper after this. It's hard to describe, like your whole body just feels warmer, it feels more flexible, like straight after doing it, I mean. You feel, Gary describes it as being, what does he describe it as? Rubber steel. That's how he describes it as. So rubber is in really flexible, but steel is in really strong. And it is true, like what it's done for my core strength, my obliques, everything, my glutes, and that stretch in particular, the butt stretch, that then stretches this muscle here, so that is great for sciatica basically, because a tight glute muscle can really press on that nerve and cause the pins and needles down your legs. So look, 7 minutes, that's what I tell myself. Seriously, if you don't exercise but you think to yourself, I gotta do something, just try this fucking 7-minute routine. It is so short and you'll be surprised. It genuinely does hit those key muscles and you actually probably will feel better for doing it. I definitely know I do, and I definitely know it's had huge benefits for me. So let's roll up my mat.